I invented another Minecraft minigame. This one I call Lights Out. I originally made this minigame almost 3 years ago, all the way back in 1.16. What you're looking at now is the very first prototype. And spoilers, it absolutely sucked. The redstone frequently broke, it wasn't fun, and occasionally it just blew itself up. But in there was a seed of greatness. So 2 years and 8 months later, I have rebuilt it. And this time, it's actually pretty good. You see, Lights Out was a game partially inspired by another minigame made by YouTuber Tango Tech, made for Hermitcraft Season 7 and called Sticky Bombs. The main focus of his game was using fishing rods to collect items falling off a wall of honey. But I don't care about any of that. No! What inspired me was the obsidian room they were standing in. See, Tango's game involved dropping TNT on players in a big obsidian room, but instead they could take cover behind obsidian to take less damage. And I love this idea so much, I straight up stole it for my own game. Thank you, Tango, for your generous intellectual donation. But enough woof. It's time to explain what on earth I'm talking about. Lights Out is a game made for 2 players, a 1v1, where each player is separated into one half of this blast-proof room. From there, each player is presented with a shooting range, consisting of 5 different targets, which is also mirrored for the other side. Between the players and the targets, there is also a large pool of lava. This is to prevent them from getting too close. And because of this, I've decided to decorate the shooting range with a nether theme, with each side getting a mix of different nether biomes. So when a target is hit, it stays lit up, but consequently, it steals the light from your opponent's corresponding lamp. So as both players shoot different targets, the corresponding lights will flick back and forth between players. Their projectile of choice is the snowball, and can gather more of them by turning around and hitting this button behind them. This will activate a dispenser and give the players between 5 and 7 snowballs randomly. Of course, the consequence of doing this and getting more ammo is the time needed to do so, because while you're gathering snowballs is time your opponents can steal your lights. Talking of time, it's time we talked about the time, mainly this giant bar of redstone lamps above the players, which is constantly ticking down, only taking 15 seconds from start to finish. And when it does run out, whichever player has the least amount of the 5 lamps gets a TNT dropped on them from one of the TNT dupers above them. When this does happen, the player will need to retreat to this area back here and hide behind an obsidian block. They will survive the blast, but will still take around 2 hearts of damage. The timer then resets and starts counting down all over again. So eventually, in this tug of war between 2 players, they will slowly be whittled down in health until only 1 player survives, making them the winner. And the player which unfortunately gets blasted into oblivion, well, they're the loser. Now for some extra details which might interest you. The floors and walls are waterlogged slabs and stairs, so that's why they don't explode. And the snowball machine uses a burnout clock, so this prevents abuse and spamming for extra ammo by having an inbuilt delay. I've also added various note blocks for enhanced player feedback. Something to note about this game is once you're winning, it is easier to stay winning, which in games is called snowballing. It's usually a bad thing, but considering the players are literally throwing snowballs, I considered it fitting. As always, the schematic in my Discord, and I'll see you in the next vid.